Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and today I have my next update for my Project 10 uses and my no pan left behind. I did want to start out by saying thank you guys so much for being understanding. I had a little bit of a audio error in my last couple videos where only one channel of audio was being recorded. So if you guys were listening on headphones, you were only hearing it on the left side and not the right. It ended up being a faulty cable for my microphone, and so I troubleshooted a little bit, and so hopefully the audio should be back to normal. So thank you to you guys who were so kind to point it out to me, and I did post about it on my community channel, kind of just saying, my bad, I caught it like on my third or fourth video that I ended up editing. So I have thrown that other cable away, and so we should be back to normal broadcasting. So we have my double projects going up where I look at my roulette wheel, choosing my products to use 10 times, and also my no pan left behind. So let's go ahead and roll into it. So we always start out with my Project 10 uses, and this is basically a project that I draw random products out of certain categories in my collection, and I use them 10 times. Sometimes I can get hyper-focused onto the items that I'm panning, and I end up neglecting other items in my collection, so this project really helped me reach into and touch other products in my collection. Now that you guys get the gist of it, let's go into my rollout, my progress, and drawing new items. So rollouts. Let's start with my two blushes that are in my little blush palette here. I do have NARS Orgasm and then a blush that I made myself. I named this one Cleavie, and so I had this one still in last time, but I only had a few more uses on it. But my update is that I can roll both of these blushes out. I was able to get my 10 uses on NARS Orgasm, which I really did enjoy using this shade. And then today was use number 10. This shade went perfectly with today's look, which is this beautiful orange, sunny look, which I will tell you what palette that I got this look out of, but I did have use number 10 on Cleavie today. This is the blush that I have on my cheeks. So very excited to get 10 uses on two more blushes in my collection. I've been hyper focused, which if you guys caught my deck of panning, you guys saw that I finished my Benefit Dallas blush and it is completely gone. So it is panned, it is empty. So now that I am kind of focused on my other Project Pan blush, which is my Ofra Chiclet, I kind of neglect some of my other blushes, so I'm happy to have them in this project. Let's see what another rollout. This one is easy. So my Summer Fridays, what is this called? The Lip Butter Balm. I have this in Vanilla Beige. This is a beautiful formula. This is not hard for me to reach for. I really use this either to reapply whenever I'm working during the day, or I'll put this as my first step to kind of condition my lips as I'm getting ready in the morning. And so it was very easy for me to get my 10 uses on my Lip Butter Balm. Let's go into, I'm kind of stacking these because these are going to be staying in. Let's do this one and then I'll do my other two here. So the next one that I can roll out is the lip gloss. I have my little book, which I keep all of my, oh no, that one is not rolling out yet. Okay, let me open this. So let's go back over here. These next two are really, really exciting. So I had rolled in two of my fragrances. So I had the Machino Toy 2 and then I had the Billie Eilish number 1, both of them in my travel sizes. And I'm happy to report that both of these are empty. These are both empties, gone, panned fragrances in my collection. I actually did finish up the Billie Eilish one today. I had such a little amount in there that I just sprayed it on myself before I went to a doctor's appointment this morning, but these are both done. I figured that I would be done with these relatively quickly. I loved mixing the two. When I mixed the two of these together, it almost smelled like a pineapple upside down cake. So, so good. I panned a full size of one of these, not last year, but the year before, and I miss it. So this one just is very nostalgic. It reminds me of my childhood, and this one is just straight up like warm vanilla. And so these mix beautifully together. So I do have a 1 ounce size of the Billie Eilish #1, and so I am stocked up on this one, but I might end up picking up another one of these if I can find it on a deal, just because this scent is so fresh and nostalgic. But excited to have 2 more fragrance empties to add into my inventory. All right, now let's talk about my nail polish. So this is a Holo Taco polish, and this is in Blushed Ice. So my 10 uses on this was, I was considering if I painted both hands, then that was 2 uses. So 1 use for each hand. So I was technically doing 5 manicures. Well, I have used this 4 times for manicure, so I have 8 uses on it. And I do plan on painting my nails again tomorrow. I just didn't have time today. We had workers at the house like demoing stuff, and like I was doing other things, so they finally wrapped up for the day, and I put on my face and I was able to sit down to film, and it's already 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I did not have time to paint my nails, but I am going to paint my nails either tonight or tomorrow, so I'm calling this quits. But when I put up my graphics, you guys will see my markings after I have done my final manicure, but look how far down we are already. That is a nice little dent, especially in a nail polish. But I mean, there's still lots of nail polish in this, but I will do 1 more manicure with this. My favorite way to wear this shade has been to do a kind of base coat of this and then take the unicorn flaky like top coat from Holo Taco and put that on top, and it creates this beautiful like iridescent shimmery moment on my nails, but it still has this beautiful kind of rose gold cool toned base, and it just wonderful. So I think if you guys watched my deck of panning, that was the polish that I had on for deck of panning if you caught glimpses of my nails. But very excited to be able to roll out a nail polish. So what we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 things that are rolling out and 4 that are staying in. So for our progress, I do have my Sephora lip gloss in Busy. I did just roll this into my year-long project pan, but I still was okay with getting the 10 uses out of it. And so the mark that is up there is actually from the beginning of the month. And so I've only used this 8 times. So I still need to use this 2 times. I'm okay with leaving this in and not rolling something in its place. And so I will have 2 more uses on my lip gloss. This dang eyeliner is going to haunt me forever. And so this is the NYX Epic Wear Liner. I actually do have this on my lower lash line for a little bit of a green pop with this warm look. But I have 8 uses on this also, so 2 more. Because it has taken me so long to even get these 8 uses, I'm going to leave this in because it might take me a whole nother month just to get 2 more uses on this, because the palettes that I've been pulling in have not been very green. So I'm going to leave this in, but we still have 2 more uses on Chartreuse. Now, this other one has been in for a little bit longer too, and this is the Natasha Denona My Dream or My Mini Dream Glow Blush. It is just this trio of shades together in this blush, and I do have 6 uses on this, so I have 4 more. So again, not close enough to roll it out. So this one is going to stay in. I really have been enjoying this. It just gives a beautiful rosy shade, but I do not find myself reaching for this outside of a project. Maybe that should tell me something, but I'm glad I have it. I love it. I purchased this one at the beginning of the year. On contrast, this blush has been around forever, and this is a ColourPop blush. This is the I Need Space blush, which was a collab with Kathleen Lights years and years and years and years ago, but it is this beautiful bronzy shade. And so I'm loving this for summer, and I'm loving, I actually could have worn this in my look today, but I wanted to get that last use on Cleavie. But on this one, it's on my next page. I only have 5 uses on this. So 5 more uses, not upset about that. This is a beautiful shade. So that means we get to roll in 6 new products for this project. So like always, I'm gonna get my wheel up. And I do use the app Tiny Decisions. I have loaded in all of my items that I'm using or picking out. So I know I'm doing blushes. Am I doing highlighters anymore? Because I only have the few highlighters now. But I know I'm doing my blushes, my lip products, my nail polishes, my eyeliners, and is that it? I think that's it. Those are really big categories that I don't necessarily reach for all the time, and I do have it on no repeats. So let me go ahead and do my screen recording, and we will pick 6 new items. All right, we have our screen recording going. I have my notebook, and I have my pen to be able to write down what we are picking. So 6. Lots of room for some good products rolling in. So pick number 1 is going to be Holo Taco Modest Moss, which is a beautiful army green color. My same rules are going to apply, that each hand or each foot is going to count for 1 use. So we'll be doing 5 manicures / pedicures on that one. All right, so 1 nail polish. The Tarte highlighter, shade number 2. So I did leave my highlights in here, which shade number 2 is actually the shade that I'm trying to like pan aggressively this year. So that's actually a really good goal to have. So we're going to have 10 uses on that highlight. Here's pick number 3. Tarte highlight shade number 4. All right, I'm okay with that too. So that was number 3. So we have 3 more to go. I thought I picked no repeats. So we already picked the Modest Moss shade, so we're going to draw again. Essence Believing. That is one of the blushes. All right, 2 more. Why is this repeating? I'm going to go again because we just finished Cleavie. I've already done Dusty Mauve. Let me see. Yep, I've already done Dusty Mauve. Overdrive. I know that I've done Overdrive in Deck of Panning, but I have not done Overdrive in this project. I've already actually done Essence Believing. Okay. So we are going to do Urban Decay Overdrive. Commodity Milk Expressive. So that is a perfume, and I actually really like that one. And I'm going to roll once more to replace the Essence Believing, because like I said, I've already done that one, and I want to use this project to roll through things. So let me see if it'll give me a different blush. Never mind. So it gave me another nail polish, but this is one of the flaky top coats, and so this is the Fallen Flake Taco. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull these products so I can show them to you guys. All right, so I have the products that were rolled in, so we'll start with my Holo Taco. So this is Modest Moss. Like I said, it's this beautiful army green color. The camera's washing it out a little bit. It's a little bit more army green in person, and I haven't used this one in a while because this is more of a fall shade, but I do love an army green shade and color, so this will actually go really well with, I'll do the other one. So this is the Holo Taco Fallen Flake. And look at these beautiful flakes. So very much, again, it's a fall it's a fall shade, but these will go beautifully together, so I'll be able to stack them on top of each other and get really nice looks. Ooh, that is thick. I think I talked to you guys about, in my buys and buys, about how I feel like the Holo Taco shades get thick really quickly. So I do have some nail polish thinner if I need to use it, but this has a beautiful green to gold to orange like hollow flake in here, so it's beautiful. So I will be doing some manicures with these two, so you'll see them on my fingers in upcoming videos. Then I did pull two different shades from my Tarte highlighting palette, and so we have shade number 2 and shade number 4. Both of these are absolutely beautiful highlighting shades right there. Love these to pieces. I will just have to put them on my arm because I'm not going to wipe them on my dress. This is actually a dress today, but y'all can't see that I'm also wearing pajama pants underneath the dress. I just need something orange to pop with the look today. the life of a YouTuber that you see me from here up. But these are the two shades, so I'll be tracking 10 uses on each one of these shades. And then we had... I did go ahead and just leave in an Essence blush, but in honor of using up my Dallas blush, I am going to roll in Bespoke, which Bespoke is a dupe for Dallas. So while I do miss Dallas, I do have a dupe for it. So I'm going to go ahead and leave in Bespoke, and I'm going to use Bespoke 10 times as well. And then we had Urban Decay Overdrive, which is this beautiful teal colored liner. I actually have this on my tight line today. Oh, look at that beautiful shade. So I have that on my tight line today because anytime that I do a warm look, I like to add a little bit of blue somewhere just to help my eyes pop a little bit. So happy about that one. And then the last one is my Commodity Milk fragrance. I did get this in a FabFitFun, and looking at it through my lights, I am right there. So I might mark this one, but with 10 uses, I'm not sure if I'll see a whole lot of movement in a larger size bottle. But this is just, this also smells really good mixed with the Billie Eilish #1 because it has those like warm vanilla notes, and this is very lactic. But I love how like this smells like being wrapped in a warm blanket. Like if you can think about sitting down with like a nice chai tea, like that has cream in it, and being wrapped in a warm blanket on a fall evening, that's what this smells like. I'm apparently trying to go after, I love, It's Just Steph. She always has these wonderful descriptions about what a scent feels like to her. So that is my take on that fragrance. But I'm very happy with all the things. I'll make sure I'll have all my pictures and my graphics popping up with all my weights so you guys can see how, if there's any differences in these products, but very excited to have the 2 fragrance empties and have more love and progress on my products. But let me go ahead and pack up all of these things that are in my Project 10 uses. I'm going to grab my palettes because we're going to go into my No Pan Left Behind. So let's first look at my rollouts, and we're going to go into the palette that I had from, what, 2 times ago that had progress still on it, and that would be my Natasha Denona Love palette. I think I only had like the 2 looks, like the pink and the red and then the purple look to do, and so this is this palette right here. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous, love it to pieces, but I was able to go ahead and get this palette done, so every shade in this palette has been touched and I love it. So I think my favorites would be Soul and Giving, and Lifetime is kind of special, and then Pure Love, which is this purple shimmer. Beautiful. So loved all of these. Dream down here, this is one of the cream to powder ones, it's getting a little bit of hard pan on it, so I think I might need to scrape a little bit of that off. It's a little bit more of the firmer cream to powder, so that's the only shade that I'm not super thrilled about, but otherwise I love this palette. So I was able to get all the shades done on the Love palette. And then what did we have roll in last time? Let's go ahead with, I can roll out my Natasha Denona Bronze palette. This is, and I need to fix the creepy lid. I was able to fix it on my Glam palette, but now I got to fix it on this one. But this is the Bronze palette. Love this one, gorgeous. The warmer tone to what it looks like the gold palette is going to turn out to be. This is a lot warmer than that, but love this one. Loved the warm looks that I got out of this. We're finally getting temperatures in the 90s, so it is very much warm here. This warm eye look is very appropriate for the weather right now, but very excited to go ahead and hit every shade on the Bronze palette. Then let's see, I was able to roll out, I have my smaller palettes in here, so let me try to pick those out. So I was able to get all of my shades done on my Viseart Nuance, or my Viseart Theory palette in Nuance. So these are all shimmer shades or satin shades, but I feel like I can put these in the crease. I have no problem putting these in the crease. So love these. The Viseart shades and the Viseart quality never disappoints. So love this one. Glad to always reach into that one and get some use. Let me do some honorable mentions as far as palettes that I was able to also get done during the last month. If you guys watched my deck of panning, then you were able to see that I got the Viseart Petite Pro Apricot. I got this one done as well. Love this little palette. Love the size of this one. I was also able to hit every shade on my Pat McGrath Sith Seduction Darth Vader palette. So this one here is what this one looks like, and I was able to use every shade in this palette. And then I was also able to finally, because this is a big one, I was able to hit every shade in my Ensley Rain Cold Moon palette. This one is absolutely gorgeous. In my deck of panning video, I think I went in with this one right here. I don't know how to pronounce that word. It has Saturn in it with Saturnina? That is completely wrong, I am sure. My dyslexic brain does not know what to do with those extra letters. But this one right here is this beautiful, like green to purple duochrome, like gold to green to purple. I don't even know if the green will show up for you guys, but I'm seeing green in this palette. But absolutely stunning. And that one's going on the arm as well. But loved using this palette, loved every single shade in here. The mattes were beautiful. The shimmers are so impactful. So very happy to get use on this one. And I keep eyeing another Ensley Rain palette, but I feel like there's some other indie shadows and indie companies that I want to try. So I'm kind of pumping the brakes, but I am eyeballing. Is it the Groovy Garden, or is it the Flower Moon? The one that has a lot of earth tones in it. But maybe I'll pop on the screen which one I'm talking about. But I keep eyeing that one. The other one that I was able to roll out is my Essence Melted Chrome. On my singles, I do put a goal of 5 uses. So I was able to use this 5 times. Beautiful, creamy. Essence needs to bring back this formula because it is absolutely stunning. So I am happy to have the 3 that I have, and yep, got my 5 uses on this. The other honorable mention that I wanted to bring up was this one. So I ordered another 24 pan palette from Give Me Glow, and that's because I put all of my Natasha Denona minis in here. So I ended up labeling the sides that correlate with the rows that are the palettes. So this is what I ended up doing with those. I figured since this is my eyeshadow kind of video, I would show you guys what I ended up doing with these. I do have room for 3 more. So if I order the golden palette, I don't know if I would order 3 more minis to go ahead and complete this, but this is how I am storing my minis for now, and I think they look beautiful all together in this wonderful palette. So that is everything that I was able to hit every pan on. Now let me go into my ones that I'm still working progress-wise on. So this one rolled in last month, and it is the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. I've only used a couple shades in this. I really was trying to get the Ensley Rain and also bronze done, so this one kind of went to the back burner, but I plan on focusing on this one a whole lot more just because these warm tones are absolutely beautiful and very appropriate for the heating up weather. So love this one. There's not a shade in this palette that it doesn't, I mean, they all perform wonderfully, and just, I mean, it's an older palette, but they still perform wonderful. So happy to have this. And of course, my graphics will pop up showing you what shades I've used already, but I think I've only used maybe 2 or 3 shades in that palette so far. The other one that rolled in last time was my Cosmic Beauty Muse palette, and so this is the color story on this one. This one's a little bit harder to hold up without showing the rest of my room in the mirror. Not that the room is messy on that side, not messy on this side, but it's messy on that side. But this is this beautiful color story. I've done a couple looks with some of the pinks and the greens, and then what shade did I use the other day? Oh, I think the look in my deck of panning that had that teal, it was this shade right here. That was the teal that kind of built that look. So that is the one that I used. So beautiful, beautiful. Again, this is a bigger palette, so I didn't assume that I would get to all the shades, but I am happy to reach for this one. Everything in here performs beautifully, and I can't wait to see what else Cosmic Beauty comes out with later this year. The only other palette that I want to mention is anytime that I purchase a new palette, it does go into my rotation to hit or to use every shade just because it's a new palette, so I want to use it. But this is the Bella Beauté Bar, mouthful, but the Basic Witch palette. And this is what I have on my eyes today. Beautiful color stories. So this is what I have on my eyes today. This is creating this wonderful orangey look with this shade and this shade here. This, the incantation, I'm having so much trouble with that word, but I believe that's right. But look at that shade. Absolutely stunning. And it looks even more impactful on the eyes than it does. Let me put it right here. I mean, just look at that. So impressive. So, and that was me just kind of tapping. With these indie shades, you just tap into them. You don't need to scrub. You don't need to get like aggressive with them. You tap in there and that is the impact that you get. Gorgeous. So I still need to use some of the greens, some of the pinks, these like darker cool tone purples over here. I still need to use some of those. So this one is still in my little palette tray back there to use. I did roll my Urban Decay Naked Wild West into Deck of Panning, so I'm also having a goal of no pan left behind on that one. But this brings us to the point where we get to roll in palettes. So how many palettes did we end up rolling out? 1, 2, 3, 4. We rolled out 4 because I had the single. So I still have the bigger palettes in with lots of shades. So let me roll 3 palettes and see how we do. But let me bring up my wheel and we're going to screen record. And let's roll for 3 palettes. All right, we got my wheel up. We're good to go. Let's do palette number 1. And if we end up with a single shade, then we will... Oh, The Utopian Dreams by Pat McGrath. All right. That is a 10 pan, but a beautiful palette. So palette number 2 that we're rolling is my Lethal Custom palette. Okay. That is another 24 pan palette because I made two 12 pans and then I combined them together. So that is a big palette. So we have Lethal Custom Palette. And then we're only rolling in one more because this is a lot of shades. But I'm glad to work on them, but a lot of shades. So let's see. Stoned Vibes. I've already done Stoned Vibes. So I believe let me go over to my Canva and we'll take a look. Where's my Urban Decay? Yes, I have already completed Stone Vibes, so we're going to roll again. The Mandalorian palette by ColourPop. Okay. The Mando palette. Let me grab those real quick and I will show you what palettes we will be rolling in. So the first one that rolled in was the Pat McGrath Utopian Dreams palette. I swear, you could work out with these. Like, you could, like, hit somebody over the head if they were attacking you. This palette weighs way too much, and I know it's just packaging because, of course, there's not that much shadows in there. But this is the inside of this palette. Absolutely stunning and gorgeous. I love these special shades down here. The pinks blend out beautifully, but I will say it from the rooftops. Do not ever buy these full price. She's always running a sale. Get them on sale. I think I got this like 40% off a couple years ago, and I still don't feel like it is worth that much. So I kind of feel like Pat McGrath palettes are a little bit overrated, but I am happy to have this. I'm happy to use this, but not something, I know a couple years ago, like everybody was running out and losing their minds over Pat McGrath, but quite frankly, this is more special and more impactful than this, and I'm cool with cardboard packaging. So just saying that about my indie shades. Who was I talking to? Oh, no. Beautiful friend, Flawed But Fabulous. She always is in my comment section. We're chatting back and forth. Fellow Floridian, but she was talking about how she kind of feels like Natasha Denona, like if she got rid of a bunch of other palettes, like she'd be content with Natasha Denona. And I kind of feel the same. I could pretty much get rid of a lot of my like Urban Decay, my ABH, a lot of my ColourPop palettes. I mean, I like those, some of them for merch, but like I could get rid of a lot of those and just keep my Natasha Denona and my indie shades, and I'd be perfectly happy with those. So take that for what it's worth. But the next one was my Lethal Custom palette. So this is in another Give Me Glow 24 pan palette, and this is our color story right here. I love these tones, if you guys can't tell. In my like palette collection video, like seeing all my palettes one after the other, I was like, I have a type. And it's this. So very happy to have this. Love the Lethal formula. I already have maybe like 4 shades that I've used in this palette already, but I'm super happy to reach back into these. These are beautiful shades. So very happy to have this one. But again, that's 24 shades that we're rolling into this project. And then the last one is a ColourPop 9 pan, and this is the Mandalorian palette, and it is this. I tend to like the looks whenever I like use this palette, but I don't ever feel inspired to reach for it outside of projects. So usually the looks that I get are also very deep and dark, so I have to want something sultry. But a nice little 9 pan, this should be easy. I can usually do maybe 2 or 3 looks with this and be done with the palette. So happy to have this as merch, but this was not something that, you know, if I lost this or it got like destroyed, I would not go back out and repurchase this one. But it is super cute, and it has Mando, and I don't know if I can show you without showing you my whole, well, here's my whole table, but it has Mando and Grogu on it, on the mirror. So happy to have this, but that leaves me with 10 plus 24 plus 9. That leaves me with 42 shades just in these picks, and that doesn't include all the rest of the shadows that I still have to use in these ones. So I better get cooking with these palettes. I have a lot of eyeshadows to use, but let me show you guys some of the looks that I ended up doing. I know I tried to take a little bit more pictures of my looks in the past month, but I do have a lot of like brownie bronzy shades just because, again, I was using the bronze palette. I have some pinky shades because I was using my Viseart palettes. Let me see. I do have a couple like blue and silvery shades because of the Cold Moon palette. I have that green. What was that green? Was that green from, oh, that green one that hopefully I am popping up at the at the right time. That one is from the Muse palette. And so I just had a lot of fun creating these beautiful, beautiful shades. And ooh, that pink one is very pretty. When was that one done? April 26th, so that would have been after the video went up. So that one was, I wonder what palette that was with. Was it with the Love palette? It might have been with the Love palette, but that is a beautiful pinky look. So I am very, very happy with this project so far and with what I've been able to get through. I think maybe at the end of June, when we're halfway through the year, I'll give another update as far as like what percentage of my palettes I've been able to get through, just so we can see halfway through the year, am I at the 50% mark? So we will see about that. But otherwise, that is my Project 10 uses and my No Pan Left Behind. I kind of feel like this video was a little bit like discombobulated, but I feel a little bit discombobulated today. It's just been a busy day, but I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are so amazing and so kind, and I would not keep doing it if it wasn't for you guys being so supportive. So I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to encourage you to do all the things. Make sure to hit that thumbs up on this video. Make sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 2,000 by my birthday in September, so you guys are so close to making that happen. I appreciate that very, very much. But stick around for Project Panning, Conscious Consumerism, Puppy Dogs, Eyeshadow, Rambling About Life, all of those things that we do here on my channel. Make sure to drop me that comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing. Did you hit a No Pan Left Behind on any of your palettes? Let me know how you're doing with working your way through your collections. I know a lot of you guys have found me by this mindset of using what we have rather than consuming all the new. So let me know how you guys are doing on your goals and your progress. But I appreciate all of you. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you in my next one.